Okay, good morning all of you. In yesterday's video, I sent about stomach as a mixture and digester from the YouTube link, but today myself I am explaining this. Please listen to me carefully. Stomach. Okay, stomach acts as mixture or grinder. It acts like a mixture or grinder. How can we say that? Stomach is nothing but, it is not a bag-like structure, it is a J-shaped pouch-like structure. It is a J-shaped pouch-like structure, and the wall of the stomach is made of. Stomach wall is made of majorly three types of muscles. They are circular muscles, longitudinal muscles, and radial muscles. Circular muscles, longitudinal muscles, and radial muscles. Whereas in case of esophagus, if you observe, the esophagus is made of only circular and radial. Only circular and longitudinal. But stomach, it is a muscular J-shaped pouch-like structure. Which is the wall of the stomach is made of circular three types of muscles. They are circular muscles, longitudinal muscles, and radial muscles. And please listen to me carefully. As it is muscular, as stomach is consisting of muscular wall, we know that muscles have elasticity, means they can contract and relax. That is why stomach, when you observe the empty stomach volume is very small. But when you take in food, the size of the stomach increases. When inside the stomach the food enters, according to the amount of the food, the size of the stomach increases because of the muscular wall. Next, this wall of the stomach, as it is made of muscles, it can contract and relax. Here, when you take food, when you ingest food into your mouth, we start chewing. When you are chewing, the circular muscles in your mouth and the surface muscles of the jaw, they contract and relax, they move, like this. These movements, the circular and surface jaw muscles movements, recognized by the brain, and brain sends information to stomach wall. This stomach wall, what information brain sends? Get ready, the food is coming. Now what it will do, after getting information from the stomach wall, inner side of the stomach wall has some glands called gastric glands. Those gastric glands secretes gastric juice. Gastric glands secrete what? This gastric juice is made of basically two materials. One is HCl, hydrochloric acid. Another one is enzymes like pepsin, lipase, and renin in children. Okay, enzyme. This gastric juice consists of HCl. HCl is helpful in killing microorganisms which are entered through the food. In the mouth itself, lysozyme enzyme kills. Apart from that, here also we have one protective mechanism. And this HCl creates acidic environment. Acidic environment. As food is mixed with saliva, saliva is alkaline in nature. Means the food which is entering into the stomach is alkaline, but it should change into acidic nature. Why food changes? Why food need to change into acidic medium? Means because whatever the enzymes secreted by gastric glands, those enzymes to break down or to digest the food molecules, they need acidic environment. They need acidic. In saliva, ptyalin and lysozyme enzymes need alkaline environment for their action. Here, pepsin, renin, lipase enzymes which are produced in the stomach, they need acidic environment. In the acidic environment only, they can break down the food material. Like that, HCl is secreted. This HCl is a strong acid here. That is why when we vomit the food, we get some belching. Or belching means some sounds and a burning sensation in the stomach because of this HCl only. Here, being an acid, this HCl may cause damage to the wall of the stomach also. Wall of the stomach also. That is why the wall of the stomach is lined by a specialized membrane called mucous membrane. Wall of the stomach is lined by a membrane called mucous membrane. This mucous membrane acts as insulating membrane. This mucous membrane acts as insulating membrane and protects the stomach wall from the action of HCl, hydrochloric acid. Without this, the stomach wall cells also may get damaged. Because of the presence of mucous membrane only, the stomach wall is protected from the action of HCl. Protected from the action of HCl. The food through the esophagus with the help of peristaltic movements. Esophagus. Where esophagus is connecting to the stomach, there a sphincter muscle is present. Sphincter muscle. Sphincter muscle means which opens and closes the tube. This is called cardiac sphincter. Cardiac sphincter. When peristaltic movements start in the esophagus, the cardiac sphincter relaxes and opens. Relaxes and opens the entrance into the stomach. The food gradually enters into the stomach. After entering into the stomach, after entering the food into the stomach, the circular, longitudinal and radial muscles of the stomach wall start to contract and relax slowly. All of them contract and relax slowly. This contraction and relaxation helps in churning of food. Churning means mixing of food. Whatever the food you take, we take the food usually in a order. First we eat, curry rice, later we eat sambar rice, later we eat curd rice. Though you are following the order, your stomach will not follow any order because it mixes all the material with the help of its strong contraction and relaxation. This churning of food results in proper mixing of enzymes and gastric juice. Gastric juice. Meanwhile, the enzymes present in the gastric juice acts upon food. Finally, the food converts into a smooth porridge-like consistency. Smooth porridge-like by the action of enzymes. The food which entered into the stomach changes into a consistency like smooth porridge. Porridge means payasam. That smooth porridge-like material is called as chyme. which is a partially digested food, not completely, partially digested food in stomach. Okay, in the stomach, partially digested food in the stomach is called as a chyme. Now, once chyme is formed, this may take 3 to 4 hours or 4 to 6 hours, depending upon the type of food material you have taken. If you take more proteinaceous and fatty materials, it needs more time. If you take only carbohydrate material, okay, then it will be very easy. That is why we feel some drowsiness, we feel some heaviness whenever we take proteinaceous food like chicken and mutton, fatty foods like more fried the rice with fried curries and more amount of ghee like that. Okay, because they need certain time, because the bonds are very strong, okay, in them than that of the carbohydrates to break. They need certain time. Okay, like this the food changes into chyme. Okay, now the food after 4 to 5 hours, once chyme is formed, here the stomach from other side it is opening into small intestine. The first part of the small intestine is which is U-shaped duodenum. Where stomach is opening into duodenum, there one sphincter muscle is present, that is called as pyloric sphincter. Pyloric sphincter. This sphincter closes this way till the completion of this digestion process in the stomach. If it is not there, the food easily enters into the intestine without digestion. Okay, that is to prevent that, here we have sphincter muscle called pyloric sphincter, which keeps closed the way into the intestine. After 4 to 5 hours, when food in the stomach changes into chyme, slowly the sphincter muscle relaxes. Okay, slowly sphincter muscle relaxes and opens the way into small intestine. Opens the way into small. At that time also, food cannot directly enter into the small intestine. Like in the esophagus, in the stomach also, peristaltic movements take place. Peristaltic movements. Peristaltic movements in the sense, 1 minute. First, like this. In the front portion of the foot, circular muscles contract, and lower portion of the foot, longitudinal muscles relax. Like in case of, like that, the stomach through the peristaltic movements push the foot into the small intestine. In the small intestine, later digestion part completes. Okay. Now, here I told you one thing, peristaltic movement is always only in one direction, that is from esophagus, mouth to esophagus to stomach side, the peristaltic movement. Okay. Reverse peristaltic movement is the protective mechanism whenever we vomit the food. Okay. That vomiting is due to reverse peristalsis movement. This is a protective mechanism. When we vomit the food, whenever we take, okay, without our consciousness, if we take the spoiled food, if it is harmful to our body, okay, immediately our body digestive system try to flush out that food, okay, in the form of vomiting. That vomiting is a protective mechanism, that is the reverse peristalsis. Usually in our body, reverse peristalsis is only protective mechanism. But if you take herbivorous animals, especially ruminating animals, 1 minute. Ruminating animals. Ruminating animals examples are cow, buffalo, goat, sheep. These are ruminating. What they will do, whenever we leave them for grazing, grazing means to eat the grass. Okay, they will not chew the grass directly. Without chewing, just they nip. Nipping means with the help of their incisor, they cut the grass pieces and directly swallow it. Without chewing, they directly swallow. When they swallow it, the digestive system of the rumen, the stomach of the rumen stomach is made of majorly 4 chambers. One is rumen reticulum, omasum, abomasum. Like these 4 chambers are present, the food directly, the grass directly enters into rumen. In the rumen, it stays for time. Okay, for some time. Whenever they get leisure time, they sit or stand and bring back food from the rumen into the mouth and chew it leisurely and again swallow it. That process of bringing back food and chewing it leisurely is called rumination. Rumination. What happens here means, when the grass enters, we know plant materials, when ruminants are completely herbivores. Herbivores, they eat only plants. But plant material consists of lot of amount of cellulose in the form of selva. Cellulose should be digested by their digestive system. If they are not able to digest cellulose, they will not get much energy because major quantity is cellulose. That is why to digest the cellulose, okay, they will do this thing. Okay, first they nip the grass, directly swallow it, it enters into rumen. Here some bacteria are present. Those bacteria release an enzyme called cellulase. This cellulase acts upon cellulose of the plant wall and partially digested. The partially digested food here is called as cud. In our body it is called as chyme, here it is called as cud. Now when they sit leisurely, they bring back the cud from the rumen, okay, which is partially broken down, and they chew it very leisurely by mixing with saliva and swallow again. But this type of mechanism we don't have. Okay, this is about ruminating animals which bring back the food into the mouth and chew it leisurely. Okay, next we have a small experiment. I told you inside the stomach wall is lined by mucous membrane. Inside the stomach wall is lined by mucous membrane which protects the wall of the stomach from the action of HCl. How can we prove this? Otherwise, how can we compare this type of action? Means take two healthy leaves. Okay, healthy leaves and apply petroleum jelly. One minute. Apply petroleum jelly. Okay, petroleum jelly or Vaseline. Okay, on the both surfaces, upper and lower surfaces of the leaf or on the upper surface of the leaf. Okay, and leave it as usual another leaf. take some dilute acid and drop few drops of dilute acid on the surface of both the leaves. If you clearly observe the leaf which is layered with petroleum jelly or Vaseline, not damaged by the action of HCl, because your petroleum jelly or Vaseline acts as insulating layer. Whereas the leaf without petroleum jelly or Vaseline layer damaged by the dilute acid drops. Okay, like this, in our stomach also, inside stomach, the wall is lined by mucous membrane. Mucous membrane acts as Vaseline layer and protects the wall of the stomach from the action of acid. Okay, if there is no mucous layer, like the leaf burns here, the stomach wall cells also they get burned. Okay, like this, we have a small experiment. Okay, this is about stomach as mixture grinder. In tomorrow's video or in tomorrow's class, I will explain about the passage of food through small intestine and large intestine. Okay, thank you.